What are you wearing today, Ify?
What am I what?
What are you wearing today? Like your whole... tell us about your top to bottom brands that you're wearing. Come on. Come on. Let's it's not the start of the podcast. We're
How
just
do you
trying
talk about brands without coming across as that guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't like he is that guy.
He is that guy.
that not.
I'll be honest, I like brands a lot.
Yeah.
I really do.
Hmm.
More than the regular person.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, having said that, I'm wearing Prada Hermes ice cream. This is like in the 90s. Pharrell had a brand. BBC and ice cream, that's what it's called.
Okay.
The other boys club, and I think part of it, and another arm ice cream, but this is ice cream. So they're like skater boys, shoes, skater boy, whatever. So I thought it was cool.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. This is daily paper. It's a quick story. 3 or 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, I don't remember. There was a Souls DXB in.
Yeah.
You know Souls DXB?
Yeah.
The guys that do this daily paper, they came by.
Okay.
They're a bunch of young dudes. They're from Ethiopia or something. They're African,
Yeah.
African and Egyptian or whatever. Anyways, young boys.
Yeah.
They're a group of friends that launched this brand, and they're doing pretty well. Like Chris Brown was their shit. Chris Brown, and it's a cool brand. It's
Yeah.
like, what shall I liken it to now? I forget now. But if you wear a brand, it's like streetwear. If you know, you know. That's why I'm wearing it. You know,
Right.
It's a cool brand.
Like I haven't come across anyone who like knows and talks about brands as much as you. Like, where did you get this whole?
There's one thing that I know about.
Yeah.
Is brands and fashion. I know digital, but I know brands more. You know, the only
Fair
reason
enough.
I do digital is to
Yeah.
get money to buy brands. Like that's another conversation. But anyway, when I was growing up in the 90s back in Nigeria, what we used to do as kids, we would even go as far as checking each other. They were like, "What are you wearing?
Yeah.
What are you wearing?" And the thing is, growing in Nigeria, you couldn't buy shit. You know?
Makes sense. Yeah.
So the rich kids, kids who had rich parents, their parents will travel abroad and shop for them. So when Nigerians say they're going on holiday,
Yeah.
basically they're
We're
going
going
to shop.
shopping. Yeah.
So these were kids whose parents worked in Shell, because Shell is the oil company,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
right.
which is like in the 90s when everybody, there's two places you can work in Nigeria, Shell or other places.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you work in Shell, it shows. Okay, they live in a gated
Makes sense.
community. They have everything. I mean, the first pool I probably saw in my life was in Shell. And you couldn't even get into the pool. You would go to the gate and call somebody.
Yeah.
And they'll call, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I bring the story up because whenever we would check people's labels on who are you and who are you, obviously the kids from Shell, their parents have been to London, so they'll buy them like Nikes, like Marks and Spencer,
Yeah.
like Reebok. And at the time, I didn't know too much about brands. Obviously, we just know about sports brands.
Yeah, of
like
course.
Nike, Adidas. And then it's important to mention that everything we learn about clothes, we learn from the TV, from hip-hop culture.
Exactly. Yeah.
We watch lots of rap music videos. And obviously, then in the who was trending then? You have people like Ja Rule or Nelly. And what are they wearing?
Yeah.
They're wearing Nike.
Yeah, yeah.
Adidas. So, but where I'm different, when we grew up, people sort of like put that away, but not me. Okay?
Yeah.
At least I don't walk around saying, "What are you wearing?" Or "What are you?" I don't do that. But
Yeah.
I evolved from just like Nikes and Adidas, like to actually knowing and breathing fashion because that's what I love. That's who I am. Okay, at the core, if you put me in a room that there's nobody, I probably still dress. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. I don't dress for people.
Yeah,
I
you
dress
dress for
for
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're not somebody who would like look at others, what are they wearing, judge them. or-
No, like, I might judge you. I won't say it to your face, but I'm saying
He'll say to
I-
my face. Yes, you have multiple times.
that's you, Bishop. I guess the point I'm making is I don't rely on people to inform how I dress unless I have a very high opinion of that person's fashion. And there are like only 4 people like that.
Okay.
Or 5 people that
Yeah.
are really super have a high opinion of how they
Yeah.
dress. Okay, then I'd say that person has informed my style. Okay, but to bring the call to action was to bring it all back to the ground. I wanted to work in fashion for so long. Even when I came to Dubai, I tried my best. I tried to work in Shaolin. I did what the hell did I do? You know, but people, one person might say it's my nationality, one person might say it's my skill, one person might say it's both, but who knows?
Yeah.
I tried to work in GQ, I tried to work in, anyway, all of that didn't work, but somehow, I started up doing my stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they say you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards.
Yeah.
That's like Steve Jobs. I met my wife. My wife used to work in a small luxury fashion boutique company.
Yeah.
They started out by, can you help us with this? Can you help us with that? And slowly, it became a thing.
Were you doing freelancing type of stuff? Or
Yeah, I was freelance. Because at the time, I was looking for work.
Yeah.
So they required work.
Got it.
I was freelance.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, because she's probably mentioned, if you love fashion, if you love fashion, well, if you can do this, then you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys were married?
No, we're not married yet.
Oh, you weren't.
Uh,
Ah, okay. Okay.
so we worked together for a bit. That kind of put the concrete in the foundation of fashion. So that's where I got proper exposure to real luxury fashion.
Yeah.
Not like Nike, but proper fashion. So that's where I got the exposure. Understand, I got to learn about price points, got to learn about fabrics, got to learn about leather goods, I got to learn about perception.
And all of this from that one agency that you.
It wasn't an agency, it was a boutique.
It was a boutique.
But
Okay.
where it's unique is the spirit of luxury. So growing up in Nigeria, no, you barely get experience of luxury, but coming here,
Yeah.
what you see, it's in the flesh. People drop $100,000 dirham bag. People come in. I seen one sold. That was the first time I saw a 100,000 dirham.
Yes.
And I'll tell you another story about that bag later. But you see it, you touch it.
Right.
Yeah.
For women, and if you don't care about fashion, it's okay, but who cares? Who gives a shit? But if you really care about fashion, for you, this is being a Times shirt.
Okay. Okay. Are you going to move forward? But I want to know your opinion on something like a leather bag, right? We have got two leather bags, and it's of the same. I think the same. We have got two leather bags, brown leather bags. One is a Gucci leather bag, one is a non-branded bag. Does it mean that the Gucci leather bag is going to have a better quality than the other bag?
No,
That's why it is.
not primarily. However,
Yeah.
I would say one thing, and I learned this a long time ago. You get what you pay for
Okay.
in life.
Right.
You get what you pay for. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the Gucci will last or the Gucci is bulletproof. If you shoot it, the bullet, you
Yeah.
know. But at the same time, if you buy a Zara bag, I promise you, eventually you will put it in the trash yourself. Because
Yeah.
it will, I have an LV bag that I believe that bag is at least 30 years old.
30 years old?
Must be minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Okay.
And I use it every day.
Right.
Every single day.
Right.
Oh, and
Yeah.
it's easy to know the date. If you find the stamp, you Google, you can check. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's at least 30 years old. But I also had a Zara bag that I put it in the trash myself. After it rip.
Yeah.
So that's the answer to your question.
Well, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what pushed you towards marketing, specifically digital marketing?
Okay. Another story. This is where I am. You just have to deal with it. While I was in Lagos,
Yeah.
I had a friend
Yeah.
who was in Dubai. And through that friend, I got to find out about the school, Halt Business
Yeah.
University. You might know Halt.
I know. Yeah.
Halt International Business School.
Yeah.
At the time, digital marketing was just blowing up or just
Oh,
starting
yes.
to become a
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
So Halt launched this beautiful course where you would start out doing digital. And that was around the same time that Facebook was blowing up.
Yeah.
Around Zuckerberg became a thing. You being the boss. A boss in Nigeria is a big deal. Not like a big deal. It's a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
Because it goes all the way from the mainland, I told you, to the island.
Islands, yeah.
And all kinds of people you can meet in the bus. Ridiculous people. That's a whole podcast.
Right.
Anyway, you would see people looking at Facebook in the bus. That's how that was the penetration of Facebook.
Yeah.
So I was dreaming all kinds of dreams, this is something combined with my, anyway. Then here comes this fantastic course in digital marketing from Halt University. I got admission. They sent me a nice big box, looked like an LV box. Only it was blue.
Yeah.
With all kinds of marketing shit, come study in Dubai. You could go to London. You could go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 digital. Okay, I showed my dad the school fees. Like, bro, the school fees was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, it was ridiculous. You know, so I kept the box under my box or under my bed or whatever, and I just forgot about it. But obviously, the dream was there.
Yeah.
So I still came to Hodge University. I came to Karak.
Yeah.
I did what I did. I went the power out. I got the engineering job. I lost it. So after losing the job, in my downtime, okay, in my lowest moment, you know, trying to pull myself back up, trying to think like what I could do.
Yeah.
I picked up digital marketing courses online, blah, 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 trying to self-train. And somehow I already had a flair for this stuff. Who remembers like Blogspot?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I used to write blogs on Blogspot.
Yeah.
And then this was in Nigeria, I used to write about fashion.
Got it.
And then I did have a little entrepreneurial stint as well in Nigeria about fashion. Anyway, so off the back of that, I found courses, Facebook marketing, Google marketing, blah, blah, blah. You know, I self-trained, trained myself, you know, combined it with the opportunity to freelance with my wife, whatever, you know, fix their problems. And all, if you put that together, I sort of built the stepping stone of my career, you know.
Yeah.
Started to apply for jobs, you know. I did Udacity, you know Udacity?
Yes.
I did a nano degree, so, you know. So if you tie all of that together,
Yeah.
I was pretty much employable, you know. So that's how I made the switch from engineering, like full circle.
Yeah.
So I came back to do what I actually loved, but I had to die first,
Yeah.
you know, and suffer
Fair enough. Yeah.
and go through a lot of shit that I'm going to eventually become like who I am in marketing.
Right.
Yeah, but I ended up, and now that I look back, thank God I didn't give Hall the $1 because
First.
Yeah, you could
that's
done
just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man. Yes. Like if anybody comes to me also and like, you know, I want to join this course or I want to learn digital marketing, I'm like, you don't have to join a course and pay money to learn digital marketing, and especially now, right? There's so much of free stuff available online. You can just watch YouTube. You could just watch.
Yeah, that's what I did. I watched YouTube. I took Google classes. I took Facebook certifications. I did, you know, and then practice. And then I started to see results. I become excited. And that time, Facebook marketing was easier than now because there was no privacy. There was no, like you could. There was no attack from Apple. It was just like clean. You put, there you get results. You know.
Yes. And it's I don't know, like, you know, even in this region, I'm not sure like when did digital marketing actually boost in this region.
Last 5 years, I'd say.
Last 5 years. Yeah, because like the other part of the world was already there. They were already there, right?
I think last 5 years. I might be wrong 5 7 years. I don't know. Like, I mean, it was around the same period that we had Soup come up. We had Nashi come up. Then we had what else did we have? There used to be another one I forgot that was fashion based.
Right.
An old one, but I forgot the name.
Yeah, because when I was working in India as digital marketing, as a digital marketing analyst, and you know, over there, whatever I learned when I came here, it was like, you know, what I learned 3 years back, they were actually accepting it, acknowledging it, like now. So I was like, okay, like, you know, I already know this stuff. Like, so, but I think now it has caught up. Like now they are to their, like now everyone is the same. Like, you know, with this whole automation and smart bidding strategies.
Perhaps, but one thought that I often have, this is like serious stuff. Like, there's no geniuses, right?
Oh yeah.
There's like only one Einstein.
Yeah.
Before you find someone that's actually doing stuff, you probably have to save to 300 BSF. You know what I'm saying? But it works. So ask yourself, like, who's the villain and who is the Batman? Because it actually works. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how do we end up looking like? I don't know if I'm meant to name drop, but how do we end up with certain agencies? If the BS doesn't work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a digital marketing guy. And this is part of the problem I had in my previous role. Meta, I don't know if I meant to say Meta, like the ad platform comes to us
that's fine.
and says to us, we will do this for you. We will perform tests for you. We will perform. And because of, as much as I'm pragmatic and as much as I am who I am today, I still dream a little bit. Okay?
Right.
So I said to my then manager, I was like, bro, like, why don't, or I at least imagine that why don't we commit to this amount? It's not your dad's money. It's not my dad's money. And it's not free. We're not throwing it away. Why don't we commit to spend this so they can actually perform an increment test for us? That's what it's called.
All right. Okay.
Right? Across the different verticals we are spending money. Let's know if it actually works. And if it doesn't, it's interesting to present. We can talk about, we can have fun with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He never signs it. Okay? But it's the reason I bring it up is like, how many people are doing like exciting digital stuff? How many people are like doing tests like that? How many people are testing creatives? Like, I used to imagine that if you ended up if you signed a big agency, like say the other one that starts with the A, I used to imagine that I used to imagine that. No, this is how I used to dream back in that boss in Nigeria I told you about. People watching Facebook. I used to imagine that one day you'll be in the big, and they would do like a proper creative story, like with elements, to see how it works. No one does shit.
Yeah, that's
people
missing.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Yes.
That who are you gonna be?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be the guy that's standing at the side that say no one does shit, blah blah blah? People are just making their money and cash it out, right? Yeah. And everyone's going on with the BS, and it works because if there was no revenue, then everyone will get fired, right? But it works.
Yeah, it works.
You know what I'm saying?
It works.
It works.
Like I still have a feeling like this region specifically is still doesn't have that one award-winning strategy or agency.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, every now and then I stumble on people on LinkedIn that I do like what they say. I read their stuff and I'm like, okay, this person will sound, but I don't know if they let them be sound. Okay, but I know as individuals they're sound and I respect them. So what I do, I just follow. I like their comments and I enjoy it. I'm inspired by it, and then I dream. Maybe I defer my dream till if we end up in San Francisco one day,
Right.
where people are actually doing stuff that I can be who I want to be. You know, but in the meantime, I also enjoy the ride, right?
Yes. So like since the time I've known you, you talk passionately only about two topics. One is luxury and one is digital marketing. Yes. Which one is your most favorite, or is it the same?
There's not
at the same.
Of course, it's not.
All right. Okay.
It's like, again, you seen Emily in Paris.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very chill, dumb show. But I completely.
Same. I've completely.
I love it, and I cannot wait for season 3.
Why? Because she works in a marketing agency.
Apart from that, apart from everything about it, I like the food, I like the clothes, I like the Paris. I love that. I like to imagine that who knows one day maybe I could go away to Paris and live like that. But it's nice.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring it up is in one particular episode they said like you people in New York, like you don't know how to live, like you work to live.
Yes.
Or you live to work, something like that. Yeah. Whereas in Paris you work to live. And I'm 100% for that. Like I used to have this dream that I'll be a big fashion director. I mean, if that dream is not coming through, let me wear clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give me the money, let me wear clothes and be happy. Take care of my family, like wear the best clothes. That's
right.
That's why I prefer luxury.
But are these two topics like you want to keep it completely separate or you want to connect it someday?
Well, to be honest, it's already connected, right? That's what I do. That's what my wife does.
Right.
For people of luxury fashion, that's what she does. Even though, as a digital marketing guy, I have had the epiphany that digital marketing cannot save. Okay? Cannot save us.
Okay.
Digital marketing cannot take us. Mm-hmm. And I think every digital guy needs to hear this. Like, ads are not a silver wand. Okay? Ads are not like boom, boom, you know? Like, you can't sell a cheap product. Okay? Like, people used to do the reason I bring that up is it's possible to be great at digital marketing. Thankfully, it's possible to get to a certain level. But if you look at the best pre-loved luxury brands or even the best brands, don't forget pre-loved, what I do. The best brands, like, the reason they sell is because they are a brand. Okay?
Right.
So you need to become a brand first.
Right.
I don't know how you're going to do it.
Right.
Or you need to figure out how to do that before you throw money on it with ad dollars and SEO. Like, okay, fine, SEO. Okay. Unless, like, the website SEO is completely unfixed, like you block Google from crawling it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If the brand is big, people are going to look for it. Then the SEO will work.
Right.
You think about like what can I give you an example? Like, I mean, like if someone was trying to find Coke, no, you know, you don't sell Coke online, but imagine for a second you sold Coke online, and even if the SEO was shit, because I know Coke, if I type out Coke, I will know whether that's like Coke
Right.
or Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen because of some guy is an excellent SEO guy. It
Yeah.
happened because Coke is Coke.
Yeah.
Coke is Coke.
It's
The brand awareness.
but Kalas, it doesn't mean that you came up with an award-winning digital marketing strategy.
Yeah.
The brand just did what the brand did.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you intersect that with luxury,
Yeah.
for example, speaking about luxury, the big houses, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci, Hermes, it's only like in the past 2 years or 1 year that they've started to embrace the
Digital.
internet. They don't like it
Yes.
because
yes,
there's
yes.
a challenge
Yeah.
Yes.
of replicating luxury, which
Yeah.
is what the brand is about. How you feel, how you talk.
Yeah.
It's a huge challenge in translating that to the internet. So they've reluctantly been forced to embrace it because they have no choice. Okay? And as to whether it has increased their revenues, I don't know. I'd like to see the data. I don't know. Okay?
Yeah.
But they've still been selling. I mean, if you check, Arnold Bernard is probably the richest guy from the world today or whatever. He is, right? Besides Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Whatever. Why? Because of the brand.
Yeah.
And not because of our award-winning digital marketing.
Yeah.
I get you, but again, like, to create that recall factor, to
It
create.
didn't happen on the internet.
Huh?
It didn't happen on the internet or on phones.
Oh no, but now we have internet, right? Now
Yeah.
internet is everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it is.
But I'm saying it was done before.
It was
okay,
done.
it's just being translated
And on the internet.
and repurposed. But that happened. It's like, I like to say this, okay? Even if you have 500 million or whatever today, you can't build your luxury house now. You need years, you need time, you need, okay, a simple conversation. There's two main players on the bag industry. There's a Chanel classic bag and there's a Louis Vuitton bag. There's an MS bag, right? An MS Birkin.
Yeah.
The Hermes Birkin is on the average 30 to 40,000 dirhams in the store. Let's call it $10,000
Yeah.
retail price. Okay? But when I started working in that boutique firm I told you about, the Chanel bag was like $7,000,
Okay.
say 18,000 dirhams plus.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the Chanel bag is $10,000. They've increased it and increased it. But the perception is Chanel is not Hermes. Forget it. At least not yet.
Yeah.
They are creating scarcity. They're doing everything to make people perceive this bag as this bag, increasing the prices and reducing the quantity. But to the customer, no.
Mhm.
At least not yet. Not yet. That's what I mean. Like, it's not like you can't throw money. You can't. Like, you can't buy heritage. You can't buy brand. You build brands. You can't buy brand.
Do you think brands or any kind of fashion brands, they rely more on influencer marketing because that's what we see in this part of the region?
I mean, yes, the influencers that they will never go away. It's not yet.
Yeah.
They are essential in the ecosystem. Okay, but they're essential.
Yeah.
But I think it boils down to what I said. Like, the brand is the brand first.
Exactly,
The
yeah.
essential, the influencer is essential in distribution. For example, like when Dior puts out a new bag, a new saddle bag, they will send it out to all the influencers,
Yeah.
post it around the same time, and then the bag trends. It's a hot bag.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Dior was Dior first. If
Yeah.
you think you could do it, build your own brand and then put it to the influencers. They will take all your money. You
Yeah.
probably sell a few pieces, but then,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like the Cartier that I love so much.
You're right.
Like, hey, of course, the Cartier has brand ambassadors like Rami Malek.
Yeah.
He's an excellent actor. Like, Andy Warhol, these pictures of, they have the campaign with Muhammad Ali and Warhol. These are great people, right?
Yeah.
You could take, you could take you've seen it. What's his name? Remember the Danish guy who, the famous, this is a good story. The famous Danish guy who became a millionaire off a $10, $50 watch.
No.
Come on, you must know he was famous for his influencer strategy.
No.
Oh, what's his name? The story goes he was walking, hiking or something. Then he saw a guy. The guy had a simple strap watch that he was inspired. They went there. He made his watch and named it after the guy. And paid a shit ton of influencers. He's a millionaire in Sweden, but no one talks about the watch now. Years later, Daniel Wellington.
Yeah,
Daniel
like,
Wellington.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big e-commerce story.
Yeah.
Like he did through e-commerce, he did all of that, but you and I took how many minutes to remember the name of the brand?
Exactly.
Now, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you can position your brand for a certain way,
Right.
and you can use influencer strategies. But I would love to know where they sell, how many watches they've sold today.
I
That's
think
true.
Daniel Wellington used a lot of influencer strategy, right?
Yeah.
Even in India, like they were.
Well, now
They did a
the
lot.
question is
Now, yeah, because a couple of years back you'll still see them everywhere, but now the talk is just gone.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it remains to be seen that there's no silver one. There's
I
no
understand.
magic. Like you can't.
Yeah,
Whereas IWC, Cartier, like
yeah,
you sell the brand. You help them sell because
Exactly.
you know them. Then every now and then they throw a video in, they throw
Yeah.
whatever in to keep you happy. But the work's been done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Offline.
Right. I know you mentioned about your wife's brand and what she's working for, but before coming to that, I just wanted to ask you how are you managing being a father, being a husband who's supporting his wife's business also in a way, and then you have your own job.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you managing everything in Dubai?
Bro, I just drink a lot of coffee. I barely sleep. I get cranky and angry all the time. Man, I'm kidding. I just try, bro. I just put one foot forward and then I keep going. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Thank you. It's not easy by any chance, but I find that the rewards in the journey. My wife is the best wife in the world, thankfully. She's the most understanding and I think the point of that part of the story, it helps to find a good partner,
Right.
someone that you agree with, and then, bro, just keep your foot forward, just keep putting one foot in front of it. Nobody has the answers. Nobody
Right.
has the answers.
All right. Okay. Another one is how hard or easy is it for somebody coming from Nigeria to Dubai to create a career of their own and to build something that you have built right now? You have a family, you have a job, and your kids, and supporting everything. So how hard or easy it is, or challenging? What are the challenges? Let's put it.
There's two things I have to say. First of all, I have to say that I'm not special.
Right.
I'm lucky. I attribute all of my success to God. I'm Christian to Christ. Firstly, secondly is there's a Nigerian visa situation that's been happening in the past couple of years, but they just announced Emirates flights, so hopefully that's fixed. But assuming that issue did not exist,
Right.
it's challenging because of the culture shock, okay, that we typically experience when you come here. I remember one time in the construction job I told you I had
Yeah.
that I lost. I remember one time at the coffee machine, I was trying to make coffee and I kept saying sir to this old guy. It's an old consultant, probably like in his 50s, trying to make
Right.
coffee. And I kept addressing him as sir. It's like, no, sir. Like, we don't say sir. Whereas my colleague calls people by their first name.
yeah,
And when I look, he calls people by his... In fact, I remember an incident of him arguing with his boss, arguing with his manager about something like on a first-name basis, like they're the same. Now, looking at the guy's LinkedIn, the same guy, he's like a manager or whatever in the same company, he's progress. Well, I lost a damn job. That's another conversation. But the reason
yeah,
that I'm highlighting is culture. It's the culture of like somebody's higher than yourself. It prevents you from selling yourself. It prevents you from making connections. It prevents you from networking, from being confident, which is what you need because there are no
Yeah.
geniuses.
makes sense.
There's like only two geniuses in a 50 head company. There's probably like one genius. Every other person is just playing the game. But
Yeah.
as a Nigerian, before you overcome the cultural shock and get out of your own way. Okay, Nigerians, we are the most versatile, most hardworking people that we know, and the biggest go-getters, besides Indians probably. The only issue is Pakistan. The only issue is we are that in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's like the allegory, like like in Nigeria they have a saying. The saying is, "Oga landlord, travel and see." That means you're saying to the owner of your house, for example, the owner of this house who thinks is the shit. You're saying to him, travel and see. Like, go out and you will learn. That's our problem. The issue is that before we learn, it takes like 2 years or 3 years.
Right.
Before you get out of your own way,
Yeah.
then you can now hack the system. It's doable. Our biggest challenge is culture. And obviously, the second biggest challenge is the impression we have, the negative reputation that Nigerians have everywhere they go. People think Nigerians are fraudsters. People think that's why we're in the situation we're in.
I'm not aware of that.
Thank you. God
Yeah.
bless you.
No,
But typically, that this is the perception. Oh, you know the old story of the Nigerian prince. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that story.
What? Sorry?
The email we used to get, I'm a Nigerian prince with this much money.
I haven't come.
You're lucky, man.
Anyway, if you take all of that out,
Yeah.
and the time to overcome ourselves, we'll be fine. Just like
course,
you can
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, so, I think as Vishal mentioned about the fashion brands or when you're running. So to me who have no idea about what it is, business appeal of fashion, how would you explain it to us? And like, what is it? What do you guys do?
What we do is we take expensive shit
Yeah.
from people who don't need them
You got it.
and make them available to people who can't necessarily buy super expensive shit or who are looking for super expensive shit that they missed out on.
Mm.
That's it.
Okay.
And you will be surprised all kinds of stuff that we get. Okay? You remember the story I told you about the 100,000 dirham?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So this is how the story goes. A lady comes in the store to buy a 100,000 dirham bag. It's a limited edition. I'm not gonna say the full details because you never know. But it was a beautiful, beautiful Birkin bag,
Yeah.
2-tone Birkin. So that
Got it.
means it has 2 colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 colors crocodile Birkin.
Okay.
Correct.
Very hard to get one color.
Yeah.
Combine 2 colors.
Yeah.
So I think she buys it for a very good amount of money. Fast forward to 4 or 5 years, or how many years? Now we've started our own business. The same bag comes around to us to sell, but I don't know that kind. I don't know. They're not that famous yet. So people.
Yeah. Please.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
she comes to sell the bag to us. I don't know if she knows or she remembers that we witnessed the purchase of that bag. Probably should have. Who cares? Anyway, she gives it to us, and thankfully, after a couple of months, we sell it for 100,000 plus.
So you sold it for more than what you sold it.
We sold. Obviously, we make a percentage,
Right.
but she made. The moral of the story is she made money.
Yeah.
Out of that bag.
Yes.
Wow.
5 years later,
Why is that? Because that bag is rare or it's
because
vintage?
or
Or it's not in the market anymore?
everything. All these reasons and more. So that's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful. She bought the bag. She used it, but obviously with the mind of research, she kept it and used it. Got money out, got value out of it. Resold it. How many years later? 5 years later, 6 years later. Made good amount of money from it. Everybody made money.
Yeah.
First owner of the bag made money. She made money. Everyone, money was enough to.
Everyone in the ecosystem made money.
Yeah.
In some or the other way. Wow.
But that's not just. That's one up. That happens like once a year or it's not easy.
Yeah.
But everyday stuff like I said, like why buy Zara? Zara is nice, okay, for ready to wear. It's nice, but why buy Zara bag? Just hold out, buy LV bag. You know, not that it's not expensive as you think. Okay, same for clothes. Like there's people who don't know what to do with their clothes in this city. We provide a way
Yeah.
out, but like people need to shop. Like to make space for new ones. You know, for example, Gucci. You mentioned Gucci. Alessandro is my favorite Gucci creative designer because he's a dreamer.
Yeah.
You know, like Tom Ford, but in different ways. Like he came in the house and made the like baroque prints, very loud, very like out of this world. And then the gatekeepers are like, "This is not Gucci. Gucci's meant to be called." No one gives a shit. Gucci sold a shit ton of money. They sold so much that their CEOs called them and said, "This is not how it works. This will change," just to condition them that this will not last forever. Anyways, people who bought Gucci at that time, after it goes out of fashion, well, they have decided to get rid of it. And where does it go? It goes to the resale market. you know. The people like us, well, we get it for a great amount of money, and then you can still rewear it and put it back in the market. So-
And there are buyers. Like even if it is out of fashion, even if it is
yes,
yeah.
like, I don't believe, for example, I don't believe in fashion like that.
Right.
To a certain extent, I do, but not like that. Like I don't care if it's old, except for example, I still wear my Princetowns. Princetowns are for me the most iconic piece from Alessandro's Gucci. It's like this people will call them loafers without the back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, but
Right.
I think he made them famous. I still wear mine. I love them. I wear it. In fact, it's just because Jumeirah is so corporate. Otherwise, I just keep wearing them to work every day.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. And there's things like that. Watches, we get a few watches. We get bags, we get shoes, we get jewelry, we get all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. I say to people, no matter how much money you have, it's nice to save some money still.
Of course.
Yeah, if you can get it for cheap, why
Yeah.
not?
Like, let's go a bit off topic. You know, if you, let's say you're acting as a consultant, if someone in this part of the region wants to like start their own fashion brand or clothing line, what advice would you give to them?
Okay. The first thing I'll do is I'll put on my skeptic hat,
Yeah.
because I am a skeptic
Yeah.
in things like this. And we've seen it in the past. It's a very, 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 very cutthroat business.
Yeah.
It's a very sorry.
cutthroat business.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very hard. It's very difficult because fashion is perception, right?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Why should I buy from you? That's what I'll ask them. At first,
Makes sense.
why should I buy
Yeah.
for you? Why? What's the differentiator? And depending on the answer they'll give me, then we could go further, or hopefully, like, again, the reason why what we do is attractive, and I've said this on like on digital again. Digital is not a silver one.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for digital to make somebody want to buy something.
You're right.
Obviously, you can do it. It's in the creative. You can
Yeah.
do all kinds of shit with the creative, but it's still hard. The reason why what we do works is I'm not telling people new stuff.
Yeah.
People already want Chanel. Everybody wants Chanel.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you can buy it for cheaper.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody wants LV. I'm just telling you can buy it for cheaper. So they already want it.
Yeah.
Okay? So the question, number one, is why?
Yeah.
Who are you competing with? Are you going to compete with Shane? Good luck.
Yeah.
You're going to compete with Fashion Nova? Good luck.
Yeah.
For example, and again, I remember studying, like, the reason Zara is so successful is because Zara has the supply chain. They own the supply chain from the head
Yeah.
to the bottom. They're able to turn around what people want in less than half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will take what people want and knock it off. Okay, they knock it off, but that's not the issue. But
Yeah.
they're able to iterate designs so quickly till they find what works and they push it. That's why Zara works.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna do that? Then let the person answer. Okay, so assuming every now and then we have a maverick or we have something that comes up and then makes space for themselves on the scene. For example, one of my favorite brands right now, Jacques Hughes.
Yeah.
Jacques Hughes has a quote that I love so much. And I went to ask the guy, don't you want to work for a fashion house or something? He said, I have a fashion house. I have
Yeah.
a big fashion house. Like Jacques Hughes already.
Yeah.
I love that quote so much and I love to remember it. But it worked. But what did he do? He made these tiny bags. You remember those tiny,
Yes.
small bags?
Tiny. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they became famous, and somehow like it's working for him. His marketing is working. He did his strategy was, I don't think there are stores. There are no stores. It was pop-ups at
Yeah.
first. Then obviously you can find them on Unas, you can find them, but it worked. I don't know how he did it, but
Yeah.
that is like
very rare.
I wonder how many died.
Yeah.
For everyone that worked, how many died?
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So if the person can answer how they'll do that, then happy days.
Okay.
You know, that's the first question I answer.
Yeah.
Don't come to me saying you're gonna put digital. Digital is not a simple
Yeah.
one. Why?
Yeah.
Why? And from a fashion guy, why will I buy it?
Right.
And I've done it before. I've done it and I failed. You know.
Yeah.
In the past, I like printed shirts. So I made during my downtime when I was going through a lot of shit. I used to make printed shirts. I hired an artist in Nigeria make the boxes.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dreamer, I spent so much time on the damn boxes
Yeah.
and less time on the product.
Yeah.
That's a mistake I made, but yeah, I wouldn't wear the shirts now.
Yeah.
I won't do it. You know, so why? If you can answer why and believe you don't bullshit yourself,
Yeah.
and then bring it, let's see.
Okay. Okay. A good answer.
Yeah.
You want to start your own clothing line?
My
You want to start your own clothing line?
clothing line? No, I wouldn't.
When last did someone
I'm not
start?
as educated as.
No, like when last was there a new clothing line that succeeded?
What do you mean by succeeding? What do you
That's
mean
a
by
very
success?
Good, that's
Yeah.
a very
Yeah,
good question.
like in clothing business.
to sell. Because
No,
this is a
okay.
good question.
So,
Yeah.
for example, you have heard about the Giving Movement?
Yeah.
They are a homegrown brand.
Yeah.
They sell. So, are they
And
successful?
this
According
is a,
to you.
this is a very, very good question. And I remember saying the Giving Movement, I'm being like intrigued, like how? Like, how did they manage to raise so much money for athleisure? Because, bro, no give a shit about athleisure. Athleisure is what? Okay, athleisure we have fear of God. Nice. I will wear fear of God. Only, okay, and then what else we have? Every brand has their own, like, nothing special. Their angle,
Yeah.
that was the story.
Yeah.
Of that, for every sale, they were
Yes. they're
and
going
then
to
they
make-
forged, I think, they forged a sense of identity amongst Arabs or certain nationalities.
Yeah.
They found a way to cause those people to
Yeah.
identify with the brand. And shout out to that. I
Yeah.
respect that. It's a good question. The problem with people who are in fashion is they're dreamers, okay? They're creative.
Yeah.
So for them, success may not necessarily be sales.
Exactly.
Success may be putting their dream in a piece of clothing. That's how.
Yeah.
That's why you have creative directors and then you have CEOs. Okay, the creative director may dream, and you can't put artsy people in a box. That's
Yeah.
not who they are. They be like Get Out. That's how artists, they have problems with temperaments. That's who they are. But then they are creative. They are CEOs whose jobs I imagine they like to make money. Okay, so if the artist defines success as something else, for example, there are some pieces that it's almost like if you know, you know.
Yeah.
For example, like there's a famous designer, Alaya. You guys know Alaya?
Yeah.
He's famous. He passed away. Rest in
Okay.
peace, Alaya. So if I'm walking around today wearing Alaya, he's like an incredible designer. But it will be because I want to tie. I want to pay homage to him, and I also want to like come across as sophisticated.
Mm.
I don't have to wear Alaya. Okay, I don't know how much they're selling now.
Yeah.
But wearing Alaya is almost like if you know, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like wearing a Isimiyaki. Remember, like
Got
the
it.
turtleneck?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Isimiyaki turtleneck,
Yeah.
Steve Jobs. I wear that now, because then it means like I think like Steve Jobs, you know. So whereas as to whether Isimiyaki is doing the numbers, I don't know.
Fair
As to
enough.
whether Alaya is doing the numbers now, I don't know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
Our last question, which is going to be, what is success to you, and how would you say, I am successful now? Where do you think you will be at that point?
I don't know, man. What is life like?
Yeah.
Like a go like incredibly philosophical. Like you have no idea. You don't even want that. You don't even want that. But to be honest,
Yeah.
I'm married and I have 2 kids. Well, I think primarily a lot of it is just about having time.
Yeah.
I never have time. I'm always in a hurry to somewhere, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm always in a hurry to somewhere or from somewhere. I don't like it. Okay, so I think to get to the point where I'm not in such a hurry,
Yeah.
I have time.
Got it.
A lot of time. Like if I had my way, one of my dreams is to go away and learn how to cook. Okay? I can't do it. I don't have the
Yeah.
time. And learn how to cook, again, I'm a dreamer in temperament.
Okay.
I'm an artist,
Yeah.
but only in temperament. And it's a huge problem.
Yeah.
It means to have all the problems that artists have, but I don't have the skills. Okay. I would love to learn to cook for friends. Okay. I would love to join a book club.
Yeah.
And we would read what's the famous Italian guy? The most famous Italian literary guy, the guy that wrote Dante's Inferno. So imagine if we had 6 weeks to read Dante's Inferno and give sophisticated and simple analogies of this book with no rush.
Yeah.
Okay, then go back home and cook Italian for my wife and my 2 kids and friends we invited. And I have absolutely no pressure
about what I have to be the next day,
Yeah.
how much the damn ingredients cost, because if you go in spinnings, it's 100 grams.
Yeah.
Okay? This is success to me.
Yeah.
I'll be fully confident that the next day I am 150% happy
Yeah.
with my outfit, because it's important for my outfit to be good to me first before people.
Yeah.
So to be fully happy with my outfit, have time to put the kids to bed and not be in a hurry about, oh, did we sleep early or did we not sleep early, school
Yeah.
run, traffic, and then have time to chill with my wife and just talk like we used to talk before these children.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is success to me. And obviously above all of this, my faith.
Yeah.
Okay? This is it.
That's a beautiful answer.
That's the most beautiful answer I have heard, man. Like,
That's success.
success.
Well,
Celebrate.
Ife, it was a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
It was great learning about all your journeys. I hope,
I
yeah.
forgot to ask something. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, bro.
How are you feeling today, Ify?
Bro, I had one coffee, but I'm good. I'm alright. Tomorrow's a work year, so you can imagine.
This was supposed to be my first question before starting the podcast.
Well, but on that note, to everyone else, I hope you enjoyed this episode.
This is nice. I've never been on a podcast before, so I don't know if I did good or did bad.
I
If I
think,
said incriminating shit, just cut it off, bro.
Yeah, that's his.
I think we'll do that. But
You know.
yeah, but to everyone else watching, hope you enjoyed the episode. Do check out This Is a Feel of Fashion.
Yeah, I need
Check
discounts. Message me. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, and then we'll see you next week. All right. So much.